Sound muted. Sound resumed.
Alright, Congo, you can hear me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, and we can hear you now too, so I think we're good.
You hit 100 viewers, by the way.
Yay. Well done, Hurry.
Shame to have to take down the server, or the stream right as we hit 100 viewers, but hopefully most of them will come back.
No, they will, of course.
Oh,
No,
none have left yet.
They heard they would have.
Yep.
Let me just make sure.
Yeah, so anyone who is tuning in now, we will be starting the game in a second. We just had to take the stream down for 2 seconds just to activate the delay because I'm an idiot and forgot to do that before starting. But there should be a delay now, and then we should not have to worry about anything. So we're just waiting for the players to ready up, and we'll be ready to go.
It looks like we're going.
Alright, and looks like we are going indeed. I will just do the intro as soon as we get into the game.
Cool.
Well, it looks like we're going to be waiting just a couple seconds for everyone to load in here, but no reason not to just do the introductions now. I am Hari. Joining me today is Congo. Congo, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
And we are going to be casting this game of VnR versus Energy Esports in the DGL Premier Division. It's my stream, but Congo will be doing the main casting. I'm quite sick, and so I'm just going to be kind of chipping in when I can. Unfortunately, that's going to mean a few breaks at least, but should be a good game regardless, and hope you guys are happy to be here to join us. So Congo, go for it.
It's not easy, not easy at all. You never know what to say. But anyway, welcome everyone to the DGL Premier League, sponsored by SteelSeries. And well, there's two teams I think lots of people have been waiting to see for a long time. VnR up against Energy Esports. Energy Esports obviously being the strong force at the moment in the Premier League, and VnR surprising quite a few with some really tough games. I mean, they took out KP, who lost to Energy as well. In the Sunday Evening Cup Series as well, they've been looking pretty strong. So it's going to be quite a tight game. I mean, the odds were at about 53 and 47, I think, % on the site. So I mean, people think it's going to be quite a tight game, and I agree. I mean, after VnR, the last VnR, they changed up Choppy. They brought in Evox on the off lane. The rest of the guys are still there. I mean, let me just put my net graph off because that's really irritating.
Yeah, I mean, VnR have shown consistently strong performances. They just haven't been able to take it quite to that next level that the top 4 South African teams are.
Yeah.
But I mean, they haven't been playing together for that long. Like you said, they had a few roster changes not too long ago, and they've kind of come up with a stronger roster now. So it's really going to be up to them to see if they can kind of come together as a team to challenge teams like Energy. And Energy, meanwhile, just playing obviously exceedingly well. The only loss they've had recently was that to Bravado in the finals of the Sunday Evening Cup Series. By the way, big shout out to Polar Fluke and the Sunday Evening Cup Series, another great South African Dota tournament, which does take place this Sunday as well, which I think Congo will be casting. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get into this game itself. We do have a first pick Batrider, so obviously very happy with that. Kudos to you, VnR. Good on you for first picking Batrider here.
Yeah, last time when I was casting your game, almost every game I knew you were going to pick up that Batrider immediately. They did give you the first pick, and actually you didn't have the first pick in the second game. You actually had the second pick, and they gave you the Batrider as well. But anyway, Batrider picked up by Spider-Max. Spider-Max doing the drafting this time, not Doomrat. Doomrat, the usual draft or the usual captain for. You always say someone's the draft team, it's actually the whole team, but I mean, the captain of VnR looks like Arrhenius Sanctus or Spider-Max at the moment in the top slot, and then Shadow Demon and Rubik picked up immediately by Energy, and I mean, Rubik is a hero we've seen them play so often. I mean, Flares takes that up, rips things apart. The Zero as well, pretty confident on that Shadow Demon, so it's going to be a fun game, I think, starting right from the get-go, and it's going to be tight as well. A lot of people thinking that Energy, okay, let's be honest, Energy have been on form this tournament thus far. I mean, they've been pretty much unstoppable. Although they had a bit of a, I think, I don't know if you watched on Monday evening, but myself and Knoxville were doing the Energy versus KKMP, and they actually, in the beginning, was a little bit rough. I mean, they weren't doing as great as they usually do. They weren't really dominating the early game as they usually do, and I think a lot of people started getting a little bit concerned. I mean, but then they managed to pull it back. Obviously, Radiant on that very, very strong Dox here. The hero which VnR obviously know that he plays to perfection almost, and they ban that out. But they ban out immediately. And then some of the other bans as well. Everything else pretty standard. Luna picked up now by VnR as well as Rashak.
Yeah, the instant Shadow Demon plus Rubik is really defensive to supports. I mean, it's possible for them to go with an aggressive tri-lane with those two if they pick something like Gyrocopter. But otherwise, Shadow Demon just very great against Batrider. I mean, generally we talk about how Shadow Demon is like the counter to Batrider. I mean, there's a few counters to Batrider. Disruptor also very effective, but Shadow Demon, like, you can just ball whoever, disruption, I guess, for those who don't know the slang term of ball. You can disruption whoever the Batrider lassos, and it just kind of forces the Batrider to stand there and not actually do anything effective. Or obviously you can disruption the Batrider as well, not quite as good. But Rubik, on the other hand, just extremely flexible, and it's actually going to be very good against this Luna. It's very difficult for Luna to, well, it's not very difficult, but she has, I mean, only one other spell other than Eclipse, so it's kind of easy for Rubik to steal Eclipse as long as he's decently positioned, and so that's going to set him up pretty well. We'll have to see what their third pick is here. I mean, it has to be a core hero now. They've picked two supports. It's possible they do put Rubik in, but that's unlikely. Lifestealer. So Lifestealer is actually another hero that, other than Gyrocopter, that can go in an aggressive tri-lane with both Rubik and Shadow Demon. I would say it's not as strong as a Gyrocopter aggressive tri-lane with Rubik Shadow Demon because they still do lack kind of damage. I mean, Lifestealer does a fair amount of damage, but not actually a ton early on, not kind of on the same level as the Gyrocopter. And again, neither Shadow Demon nor Rubik actually does really any damage. They just provide a lot of control.
Hari, do you want to maybe just double check your audio in game? Do you have switches? Because I've got a message now saying that people can't hear you in game. They can only hear me. So just maybe toggle or double check your push to talk.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I know the push to talk was correct, I think, but I just I'm just going to use the open mic anyway, I guess, and people just have to deal with hearing me sniffling in game.
Yeah, he is not feeling, his sinus is playing up, or his allergies are playing up, so he's not feeling too well. So if you hear him sniffing, he's not a cocaine addict, he's just sick. There you go, that settles that now. But anyway, we're back in this one. Yeah, lastly, Clitterman is one of his favorite heroes. I mean, it's a hero that we've seen picked up so often lately, especially the DGL, internationally as well. It's just been, pretty much all over. And then Peter Payne banned out, Undying. Now, that's kind of a strange thing. I kind of saw, fucking nonsense.
Yeah, well, you were thinking of the Gyrocopter pick, which I was talking about, and you're like, oh, they can have Gyrocopter plus Dirge, but obviously that's not going to happen. They've already got two supports, so banning out the Undying makes sense. Undying doesn't have a ton of synergy with VnR's lineup. I mean, they would have to have Leshrac plus Luna plus Undying as the most likely tri-lane, or they could potentially get something like Sven. I just got a message about not being able to hear me. So to anyone, I mean, it's 2 minutes delayed in game, so hopefully you can hear me now in game.
Yeah, I'm getting spam. I'm getting spam. Like, Kanye, hurry, hurry.
My bad. Well, anyway, if it's 2 minutes from the time you just messaged me, and you still can't hear me, then you can tell me. But anyway, well, actually with the Sven ban out, I guess it makes a little bit more sense. But basically the thing that I was talking about is Leshrac and Undying not really a combo. I mean, as the game progresses, Leshrac and Undying are pretty decent together because Leshrac can bring a lot of heroes down pretty low and trigger the Deathlust on the zombies, obviously using his ultimate. But like in the lane, you really need kind of things to keep heroes around so the Undying can continue to deal damage. And Leshrac not really that hero, unless you were to chain it with something like Sven. But most likely we expect to see Leshrac in a tri-lane with Luna. I mean, you can have Luna safe lane, but I think it's probably not what VnR are looking towards. So I'm not sure if the Dirge was necessary, but it's such a strong hero, it just makes sense to get rid of it. Although, speaking of strong heroes that we haven't seen gotten rid of yet, will Silencer make it into this game, or is he going to get banned out in the next two, or is no one going to pick it?
Oh well, I'm still kind of getting used to the Silencer pickup in the tournament mode. But yeah, banning out that Sven, so I'm going to ban out the support Sven, which is a hero I know you always speak about being such a strong support. It's a little bit strange. I'd love to see it come out maybe in the next game, perhaps for Energy. I know there's a hero that now I'm getting all the messages saying that your mic's working now, so that's fine. But yeah, Gyrocopter banned out there, and well, it's just kind of left up to solo mid now, and then. I want to say it, but I don't know. Asim hasn't played Invoker in a very long time, but it's not, I mean, what's he going to put up against a Batrider at the moment? I mean, what can he put up against Batrider? You know, Invoker would be maybe a choice. I mean, if you're going to go heavy into that cross build, then you will at least have a little bit of regen to stay in the lane for a little bit longer. Okay, there's his last ban out on the silencer. I actually thought they might have picked up the silencer for seeing the solo mid. But, you know, just with the disruption as well, you know, cross, go like a cross exhort build, you know, I don't know, maybe you can clarify that one. Oh, with that pickup.
Yeah, ooh, I like that actually. I mean, I don't actually like Bane very much, but I do like to see teams kind of reaching out and trying different heroes, and it shows that VnR have probably been practicing this Bane this week and wanted to kind of come in here with a surprise. And Bane is a great counter to Lifestealer, obviously, since I mean, you can or basically BK Being does not purge off Enfeeble, and obviously then you can also Fiend's Grip through Rage as well, which is really a great way to shut down the Lifestealer. Similarly, yeah, the Expert Invoker would actually work pretty well with Rubik, Lifestealer, and Shadow Demon. Basically, all of these heroes basically more or less able to set up a Sunstrike. I'm getting spammed on Skype now, too. I better check that in a second. But
yeah, that's just Fluke saying that I'm echoing in the stream.
Oh.
Or your speakers, I think. Yeah, I can hear myself now.
Yeah, that was the problem that I was talking about with having to set it up this way.
That's fine.
Basically, you just have to not talk while I'm talking, because if you do, then it's obviously when I have the mic open. Obviously more difficult said than done. But anyway, hopefully it should be working out and not too much echo, I would hope. Sorry guys about that. It is did just kind of set up the stream today and have been really under the weather, so wasn't really prepared actually for this, but Congo just asked me and I was like, well, why not? But anyway, so Energy Esports are looking for a mid in basically either an offlane or that could be either actually. Windrunner, I have seen Seam play that a fair amount in the mid, but at the same time it could very well be an offlane Windrunner played by Radiant. Still, like I said, their aggressive tri-lane not super effective, so it's just going to be down to their last pick to determine how they're going to do that. Both these teams could be looking for a mid or offlaner at this point, because Batrider could go in the offlane or could just as easily go mid.
Yeah, well, I'll wait for you to like pause, and then I'll take that as my cue. I'll take that as my cue to talk. But anyway, yeah, Windrunner picked up. I mean, that could easily be put into the solo mid for Seam as well. I mean, we've seen him dominate with the Windrunner as well in the mid before, and well, yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. But yeah, the last pick now for VnR, and it's definitely going to be one thing that's still in the pool. I mean, we haven't really spoken about it. I know it's a hero you don't really like that much, but it is still the Bounty Hunter. What?
Huh. Okay. Well, that's one way of doing it. I mean, they've got the setup, you know, the cast Nightmare, hook the person, but I presume Energy is going to be smart enough to know that you can just attack the hero that gets Nightmared and ruin the whole hook combo. But I guess this is going to be a mid-pudge with Batrider in the long lane. I mean, it's possible they're going to do a pudge tri-lane with the Bane, Leshrac, Pudge in the aggressive tri-lane. I don't really know. This is definitely an out there pick. Not to mention Pudge not very good against Lifestealer, who can actually just eat through him in a couple seconds. But we do love seeing original heroes, and Pudge is certainly one of them. I mean, Pudge can ult Lifestealer through Rage too, which is kind of effective. Although with the amount of disable that Energy has, I think that's not ever going to last.
Yeah. Well, let's pick up now for Energy, and it's probably going to be something to round up that off lane. Perhaps to see Seam take that Windrunner up in the solo mid, but what would they now pick up for ready to put into that off lane? I mean, what could be really cheeky? No. I've only ever seen it do once when they put the Wisp solo mid. When I saw Dandy take the Wisp solo mid. That was the only time I've ever seen that happen. But yeah, thought so. Admiral Kunka picked up. So that might actually be the solo mid. Yeah, so it's going to be the solo mid. Probably our team picks that one up nice and easy. But anyway, we'll introduce the players once the game finally gets going.
Yeah,
and,
with that Kunka pick, actually, they could have sent it solo mid, or they could have even put Lifestealer solo mid, because Lifestealer is actually a really good matchup against Pudge, and then they could have actually put Kunka in the tri-lane, because obviously a Kunka tri-lane with the Shadow Demon and Rubik would have worked well. But since it is Seam that has picked it up, it will be actually that Kunka going mid. Obviously, Kunka quite great against Pudge as well, just the damage that's naturally going to come out from Tidebringer onto the Pudge. But yeah, like you said, we can go over the players. I guess you want to start with the Radiant?
Sure thing. So Spider-Max taking up the Leshrac, supporting Leshrac. Evox heading top with that the Batrider Wolf heading up there as well. Looks like they're doing a little bit of action in the top jungle. Doomrat taking up the Bane, and then of course Solomid, Death Cookie on the Pudge.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm actually doing the camera, so I've got to go over these people as you do. It's gonna take. Well, I'm used to secondary casting, so it's weird to have to secondary cast and do the camera. But I'll try to get used to that as this game progresses. Anyway, on the Energy Esports side, we do have MVP Radiant playing on the Windrunner. Seam will be playing that Kunka, most likely solo mid. Zera supporting on Shadow Demon, Flares on the Rubik, and lastly Klitzy Bananas on the Lifestealer farming in the safe lane. So looks like we do probably have. I don't know. I mean, we've got 3 heroes from VnR set up here top. I can't imagine they're going to send an aggressive tri-lane with Luna. This is just really not strong, but it actually seems like what most likely is going to happen is Evox is actually going towards bottom with that Batrider, so that we are going to have a Luna aggressive tri-lane. And actually, have Energy switched it up? No. The two supports are just standing up here. I mean, this is okay in one sense because Luna can kind of farm safely from a distance, well, but not even that big of a distance, and kind of shut down the Lifestealer in that sense. But in the other way, like, Luna needs levels, and she's not going to get levels in this aggressive tri-lane. She's going to have a really late ultimate, and all her spells need levels to scale well. Like, early on, she doesn't do much damage. Obviously, her aura, it does give them a lot of capacity to deny and last hit in the lane, but maybe they're going to set up for a level 1 gank mid, but there's actually a ward that sees this. Actually, it shouldn't see them, and they have a smoke. Yep, there is going to be a level 1 gank mid, so maybe you want to call this one Congo. Is it going to work out?
Yeah, well, it might actually work. They got the Disruption as well as the Shrek ulti. I mean, Pudge is there as well. They're going, he's walking. Oh, no, they catch one out on the side. They're going to getting a stun coming out, runs right up into the Action Wolf and the back off. Good stun as well. Torrent missing just on the end. He could have put it very down onto the ramp over here and got one off, but is enough for Seam. And yeah, so fill the temp. I mean, I think we amped that one up a bit too much. Very well spotted out there by Zero. I mean, they ran right past the two heroes up on the higher cliff, and then obviously the smoke was dispelled. Now they're going to move up top. Prince of Bananas already hitting away at 3-4 creeps almost in a second or two. But this should be a pretty easy lane. Maybe you can talk, you're a Solomon player, so you can talk more about Seam up against Pudge. I mean, it should be a relatively easy lane for Seam.
Yeah, I mean, Seam is pretty well set up to beat Pudge here. I mean, Pudge, you know, Pudge actually manages to hook him out. It wasn't even in range of the tower. Seam's actually going to turn around on the Pudge here, but does throw out the Torrent a little bit wrong. Pudge smart enough to back off when he sees Seam cast that Torrent, knows that he'll get torrented and take a little bit too much damage. But yeah, so basically what I'm saying is, I mean, Seam has a fair amount of health, not a ton of armor, but this doesn't really matter too much against Pudge, where most of the damage is magical or pure. So he can basically stand in and kind of tank the Rot. And the thing is, you know, Rot damages Pudge as much as it damages the other hero, but typically Pudge is using this against squishy heroes with the idea that they're going to die faster than he is. But here, with a rather tanky hero, Congo can actually just stand there and fight him and actually deal more damage to him than the Pudge can deal through Tidebringer and through Torrent. And at the same time, oh, wow. Oh, I didn't manage to pick that up. Missing first blood.
I was actually but he actually had about 7 stacks of sticky napalm on him. He just charged him at the tower, so it was very well played by Evox. And I mean, they're trading though. Who got the first blood? I didn't actually see. It was Evox who got the first blood. Yeah. That's okay.
Nice job by Evox. I mean, obviously, good trade for him overall because he gets the. Oh, and actually. Death Cookie going really low mid, but good trade for him since he does actually get the experience, obviously, and the first blood gold. Does come back, actually, with just a magic wand. Don't really like that decision. I mean, I guess he didn't have a lot of space, so he just kind of wanted to pick it up, but going for maybe fast Tranquil Boots or just a fast bottle, I understand that they're going to want to send a bottle mid, and actually, Pudge is going to be in a little bit of trouble here, but he actually probably is going to be able to survive from this. He's just going to back off underneath the tower and be able to... Oh! Tidebringer, 10 health! Nice job by Seam trying for that, but didn't end up working out. But, Magic Stick, or Magic Wand, not going to do a ton against Windrunner. It's not like she's spamming that many spells, so I think that's kind of a misplay. Could have gotten a more cost-effective item this early on. But looks like we might have some action up top. No, just pulling and counter-pulling.
Yep, Yellow Swagons, I love the name. Top's sort of slowing down a little bit. Like as you said, the Luna not really getting much farm or much experience in the lane. It's sitting at level 2 only, while Clits of Bananas is level 3 yet, or halfway towards level 4. So I'm not sure halfway, almost there. But yeah, 100% right. He's not getting any farm. And I mean, he's got level 1 in Lucem, and also obviously the Lunar Blessing. So if they do engage now, he's not going to be able to do much against these two. I mean, Nike's probably just be able to eat right through him.
Yeah, Nikes, and the supports actually haven't even had to pull that much yet. They've just kind of been hanging around the lane because they're a little bit afraid of the action. But I mean, now that Clinks are... I was combining Clitsy Bananas and Nikes, and I got Clinks. Anyway, now that Clitsy Bananas is level 3, he's actually pretty safe in this lane because he can just rage to kind of get out of any sort of combo. And there is going to be a small scale engagement over on the side here, but Leshrek's stun not going to hit anything. A little bit delayed there, and basically both sides are just going to back off. No harm, no foul. The two supports do have to rotate back around. But yeah, like we were talking about, I mean, once Luna gets level 3, she'll actually deal a fair amount of damage. I mean, 150 damage Lucent Beams are nothing to scoff at, but at the same time, there's just so much more coming out from Energy, and Energy are going to go on Luna here. Luna's going to be in a lot of trouble. She actually, the stun's going to come out, does hit just Rubik. Luna, one more right click, and actually gets the kill on Shadow Demon, does Zera. But yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Luna, a lot more precarious to be left in the tri-lane alone, rather than the Lifestealer is, and that's, you know, it's going to be a really difficult tri-lane for VnR now, after giving up a kill.
It's a little bit strange. I mean, they were there, right, trying to reward fighting against Zero, and instead of just backing up back towards their lane, they kind of just went all the way around and backtracking around the river to get back to their top lane. So it doesn't really make sense why they would do that. I mean, they are caught out, very well spotted up by Energy Esports. They immediately jumped on it, and now see him running towards top.
Yep, see him heading top with a haste.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a hell. Team is getting there. What we're going to see, man. He's got his boat up. He's got the ghost ship. He's got the torrent level 2. Gone for 3, the Tidebringer. So, they spotted out there's a ward up on the cliff. No, there isn't a ward on the cliff. That's just real good map awareness by VnR. They're going to sit back at their tower. They know something's up. The team can maybe get a torrent. Oh, it's going to be a torrent and a ghost ship. It's going to be a ghost ship. I don't even know. Should maybe send it a little bit earlier. Gets us one hit off on Dead Cookie and sending back out the lane. I mean, Bottle coming back. Has got him. Oh, he's got Invisor in his Bottle. Oh, nice.
Oh, tries the hook underneath the tower. Not even sure if that would have worked out for him, even if he had managed to land it. But has been able to bottle up with an Invisor now. We'll have to see if he does try to make some action with that. The problem is he's just behind in levels. Seam is level 6, actually getting closer to level 7. Well, basically, you know, a little bit further away from level 7 than Pudge is level 6. Once Pudge had level 6, he actually could potentially kill Seam here, but he's actually going to take a fair amount of harassment from Tidebringer if he doesn't be careful. No, he's actually getting behind Seam. But yeah, like I said, I mean, basically what he's doing here is he's just trying to hang around in Invis. Oh, we've got a TP in top. That Rider is coming in.
That's very well played. Disrupting his Flares might get out of this one. They might pick up a kill as well. Bane being caught back, pulled back as well by Flares. Zero picks up 1 on the side. Batrider still there coming forward. Well, they're going to pick up 2. Spider-Max dropping down as well. Evox still going for Clips Bananas. They have 1 Clips Bananas. He has got Rage in 3 seconds. Doomrat very low as well. He's popped up a solve. He's going to maybe go back for this one. Trying to get the slow off. Doesn't have enough mana for the open wounds. I think would be the optimal thing to pick up here. Seam not joining them in the lane as well. Maybe could have moved over as well. Ghost Ship though, trying to go in Dead Cookie middle. Oh, we're going to jump back to those guys though. They keep going and they get the roommate does get Doomrat up in the air. Going to keep spamming those Shadow Poisons. Doesn't have enough mana for Shadow Poison. Needs one more hit. One more hit at the same time. Seam going to drop down. Pudge, sorry, committing suicide. The Seam was going to drop down. That's probably the end of him. Radiant is there as well, trying to get down. Oh, well played Evox, just catching him out and then avenging his teammates. And wow, this is action all over the map. Well played by Evox though.
Yeah, I was trying to jump back and forth as quickly as possible from the 2 fights. Didn't actually. The Bane did manage to get away, and I missed the Pudge suiciding himself or denying himself, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, a lot of action focused up top. It's kind of a shame that I mean, it was a really good idea by the Batrider to TP in as soon as he got level 6. That was actually really heads up by VnR to try something like that, since they really needed something to turn the lane around. It's just unfortunate that they weren't able to get enough with him TPing in, just because of how strong defensive supports are on energy. I mean, the Shadow Demon plus Rubik just made it not possible for them to get a quick pick off, just because while they had a fair amount of control with the defensive supports coming out from energy, there just wasn't enough damage coming out from VnR. And yeah. Oh, yeah, Pudge trying a hook again on Seam. Would actually, I guess, be enough to kill Seam if he hooked him under the tower, but Seam doing a great job. He just hides right behind the creeps, just constantly hanging up in their butts, so that he can't actually get hooked by the Pudge very easily. And Pudge just hasn't had the opportunity to actually hook Seam. Torrent does come out here, but I guess Seam's just doing this because he wants to go control a rune, maybe? No, actually, there is going to be action coming in here. Death Cookie, oh, and the sleep does come out. This is going to be a dead Seam. Leshrac stun going to come. Ult from Pudge, and there is no TPs coming in. They have sacrificed Seam to the Pudge shots.
Let's let that one go. Let's do it for that one. But Wolf at the same time, pitching up a little bit of farm top. I mean, he's sitting at 25 CS, 31 on the Nike, so he's not sitting too far behind. He's catching up slightly. Has got his Tranquil Boots up. I mean, up against Clips Bananas with his Hand of Midas, going for the early Hand of Midas as well. Picking up sub 10 minutes, sub 8 minutes as well. I mean, usual timing, looking towards, what, like 5-6 minutes, sorry? And he's got it at about, and I'm not too sure when he picked it up, but it's been on cooldown already for about 100 seconds, so it must have been around about the 6-7 minute mark. But action mid as well, they're trying to push down the tier 1 tower, do a little bit of damage. They've noticed that Seam is controlling the lane really well, with obviously Tidebringer as well as him, so they are going to try to put this tower down. But yeah, there's a glyph going to come out. A couple of TP supports as well coming in. It is Radiant going to try to latch a shackle maybe onto one of the heroes if they try one away. No, they're going to get away. Fine, Pudge going for hook as well on Flares.
Yeah, the thing is, when you go an aggressive tri-lane against a carry, and he feels confident enough in his farm to get an early Midas, that's really not a good sign. Now, I understand it does come from a couple assists that he got, but it's just like, it shows that he's not feeling any sort of pressure, which is not something you want when you run an aggressive tri-lane. Now, I understand it was a Luna aggressive tri-lane, so it's not like it's a killing tri-lane, it's more like it kind of shut down the opposing carry while you get farm tri-lane, but obviously that didn't happen. Clitzy Banana has the highest farm on the map, which is just, it's kind of not good for VnR at all. Wolf has rotated towards bottom. He is going to try to pick up level 6 now so that he can be effective. Even more effective would obviously be the level 7. But he can solo down here pretty decently. He has his Tranquil Boots. Windrunner not going to be that big of a problem for him. And Windrunner has to be relatively scared because we can see that there's actually no wards at all from the Dire on the map, and he doesn't actually know where that Pudge is. I think they've actually probably seen the Pudge mid. It is nighttime though, so it's actually tough to say. And so basically we just have these 4 heroes from VnR grouped up mid, which is scaring the Windrunner a little bit, but at the same time it's not doing a whole lot. Like, you've got 4 heroes just sitting around here, not really accomplishing anything. They're looking really desperately for a kill. They do have boots on the Bane, so they could lead with a Nightmare, but there's just basically no one on energy is going to expose themselves. And meanwhile, Clitzy's Banana is just going to keep farming up top. So it's not a great trade-off for VnR to be grouping up all this experience mid, but they actually are going to roam 3 heroes with a smoke gang towards bottom. Doesn't even matter the smoke because there is no ward, but they're going to get there faster and maybe have a slightly better initiation. We'll have to see. Is the Luna going to be in trouble before they get there, though? No, she should be just fine. Power shot actually missing. Not sure if it would have mattered. And actually, Luna is going to turn around and use it all. Unfortunately, the creeps are coming in just in time. Brain Staff will be enough to finish off the Rubik. Will they be able to catch the Windrunner as well? Lasso is up, but Shadow Demon is going to disrupt the Batrider. They chase the Luna into, or the Windrunner into the trees over here. Windrunner actually doesn't have mana for any spells. Magic Stick will come up in 2 seconds. She can't actually TP out here though, because she will just get Flame Break, and she is going to go down. So Shadow Demon not able to do enough there, and a good rotation from VnR, finding some pickoffs.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, that vision, I think they're shouting nice turret as well, but Seam going for the rune, he does manage to get the turret up. Maybe a hook gonna fly through as well, just maybe stop him. No, not enough mana for the hook. Yeah, but that was fantastic. I'm guessing now Raiden just shouting at
Seam's still going on Death Cookie, but no, decides to back off, doesn't want to go high ground.
Yeah, Zero getting shot for not picking up the wards, gonna get those wards down on the bottom lane as well. Puts one sentry down to spot out anything coming forward, but look at the vision play stuff from VnR. I mean, up on that hill over there, same on that hill, and you know, they do have wards, but it's not in the right places. I mean, they try to go on bottom with no visual. I mean, they've got a Pudge on the team. With Pudge, it's sort of like playing against inner. You have to continuously worry, like, where's the Pudge? Where's the Pudge? What is he doing? Is he in my jungle waiting to hook me out from the side? Is his whole team standing behind him, gonna kill me nice and easily? But you know, it's all good and all. But the hero they really should be trying to break down is Clitzy Bananas. Once they get that Bane ulti up, I assume they might want to rotate towards top. Hold Clitzy Bananas in place and smack him down to size. But at the moment he's just roaming free. He's got his phase boots up. Gonna probably head towards those drums pretty soon. That nice fast movement speed strat, and well, maybe straight into something big.
Yeah.
What would be the best of this one?
I don't think he'll even go into drums, to be perfectly honest, in this game. I think he'll probably just go straight for the armlet. I mean, drums, obviously a decent choice, but there's so much lockdown from VnR that the movement speed I don't think is going to matter that much. I mean, you've got Bane ult, Batrider ult, and a Pudge ult, who can, and like I said, the Pudge ult less reliable, but the Bane ult and the Batrider ult, very reasonable to expect that these could actually at least have a decent duration. Well, obviously the Batrider ult will have a full duration, other than disruption on Clitzy Bananas. But, I mean, the Bane ult is reasonably long range. Like, obviously the problem with Pudge is that he's going to have to be in there to ult the Nyx, and he's just going to get disabled by countless disable coming out from energy. But any of those other ones would lock him down, and so having the armlet I think will just be better, especially if he has it turned on intelligently enough. I mean, when any fight's starting, he's going to have 25 extra strength, which is going to make it a little more difficult. Ooh, Pudge, really fishing there, but just no reason not to throw out a hook like that, since he's going to get the mana back from bottling up anyway before he grab that rune, and there's going to be another smoke gank. VnR really utilizing these smokes extremely effectively.
Yeah, but they're playing really well. They'll try to go on top. I mean, they might spot out the Nyx. They do catch out the Nyx here. Is the Bane level 6? I think that's the big question. Oh, he gets the Nyx down from the hill. Caught out Clitzy Bananas. Oh, played. Death Earbox as well. Maybe up on the tower. Not even wasting that lasso. They can keep going, and I don't think he even saw that coming. I think he cracked off when he saw that hook flying out from the side. I did want to say something important, but I'm completely thrown off my game now. Well played, Death Cookie.
Oh, you were going to say something important, but you don't remember what it is now, or?
I was just thrown off. No, I was thrown off my game.
Yeah, that was an awesome hook, though. Oh, and meanwhile, there is a boat coming in mid. Death Cookie could be in a lot of trouble here. After getting a great hook, he's probably going to die. Should probably just try to suicide, but no, is actually just going to fall to one more Tidebringer from Seam. That's kind of a shame to go get a pick off on the Clitzy Bananas and then just give one right back. But still, obviously worth it in the long run, because killing the support, or the carry, is more important than the solo mid Pudge. And speaking of killing the carry, that Bane ult that you're talking about, Doom Rat is level 6, so should be looking to kill Clitzy Bananas as they try to pressure this top tower. And you can see Clitzy Bananas actually going forward on the Bane here. Is there going to be TPs in? They could be able to turn this one around. Really need to TP to this tower right now, but no TPs whatsoever. It's kind of a shame. If they TP'd even just maybe one hero in there with the Bane ult, they could have actually gotten kills. But I guess there just weren't actually TPs up on anyone. Pudge just wasn't up in time. He was still dead.
It's on its way to the top now, so we see a little bit of action there. What I want to speak about is, you're looking at 6 to 6 at the moment. All the tier 1 tower just dropped down mid, and most of the tower was still standing for VnR to take. Sorry, most of the tower was standing available for VnR to take down. And I mean, the gold graph is sitting at about 2k, I think now, 3k up ahead, 3k ahead for them, and about 1,000 experience as well. So I mean, 1 or 2 towers, tier 1 towers can go down, and VnR straight back into this game in terms of goal difference. But then again, for kills, they're getting in all the right places. They can try to go for Clitzy Bananas again. How does he know where he is? Oh, they're going to ward.
Got the lane ward. Oh, another nice hook, but is he going to get the ult off in time? He is. Clitzy Banana going to go down.
Yeah. He just out of a creep. Well played. This could be a turnaround here for energy. He's going to come out in time. Trying to get the bad out of Rasu. Good disruption. But it's not going to be enough. He's going to come down. Well played, Death Cookie, once again. On top with those hooks.
Yeah, Clitzy Banana, just, I mean, he's not doing anything wrong here. It's just that it's been really great warding from VnR. That's been basically the centerpiece of this game for VnR has been aggressive smoke ganking and very good aggressive warding. And 2 times now, a nice aggressive ward on the dire side of the map has actually been able to pick off Clitzy Banana.